Welcome back. You're listening to Real Talk with Brian and Dan on 1150 AM KKNW.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Dan. Our first guests today are Roman Polyakov and Jonathan Murphy from Michaels of Toyota in Bellevue. Roman was originally born in Russia, but moved to America when he was a little kid. How old?
9 years old.
9 years old. He lived in D.C. for most of his life, but moved to sunny Seattle 4 years ago and has loved it ever since. He, can't turn my page, sorry. He worked many jobs, but loves sales and customer interaction. He also worked in real estate for a little bit, but got a calling to get back into the car business, which is how we met Jonathan Murphy and Michaels Toyota of Bellevue, an organization that Roman described, a 43-year-old organization that Roman has described as client first and extremely passionate about the community, the neighborhood. And I got to say, I've bought several cars from Michaels Toyota of Bellevue, and I've always enjoyed the experience and the quality of the cars. I only own Toyotas. So this is a bit of a shameless plug on my part. My son's got a Corolla. My daughter has the Camry. My wife has a Highlander, and I have the FJ. So it's straight up.
We've got an 89
Toyotas.
FJ, and the kids are fighting over it.
89
89.
FJ. Yeah,
280,000 going strong.
The old school. The OG. Yeah. Hey, Roman, Murph, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's start out. Yeah, go ahead.
Murph, tell us a bit about what you do outside of work. You mentioned you like to go crabbing. Tell us about yourself.
Well, from Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
A lot of crabbing there?
No, largemouth bass fishing. Transferred up here just for the crab.
Oh, you're kidding. That's right.
No, I just made a weird phone call one night back in 1998, and over the telephone, Michaels hired me, and I moved up here, and I love it. Wow. From my house in Lake Stevens, you can drive 30 minutes to the ocean, 2 hours over to Yakima and the rivers, and just have a great old time. Love it.
How about you, Roman? When you're not working?
When I'm not working, I got a little baby girl. She's 2 years old, so, we had a lot of fun doing that. Something new I picked up from Murph, actually. We went crabbing together the other day. That was a hoot and holler.
So that's over in Everett, right?
Yeah, Everett, Hat Island.
Okay, so you take a little tiny boat out, or you got the big one?
Big one.
Okay,
big
awesome.
Awesome.
So this is a show about real estate. So we kind of go back in the Wayback Machine. So this is going to be kind of interesting. So the house that you grew up in, maybe it's Russia, maybe it's D.C., Roman. Could you share with us like a fond memory, like looking back, they're like, man, I remember this. This was amazing.
So I was, what makes me think of my dacha in Russia, it's, a little kind of a house, little shack. It had 2-bedroom. It was more of the outside. We had a garden. We had a banya back. We had, had some chickens, had some pigs and things like that. So I'm kind of a farmer at heart. So I live out in Lake Stevens right now. And I kind of brought that back with me. I have some
chickens. You have chickens? Yeah.
I have ducks.
Ducks.
I have some ducks right now. Nice. They're actually laid a couple of eggs, so I'll probably have some little ducklings soon enough. Got some fruit, peaches, huckleberries, blackberries, all types of cool stuff.
Nice. So farming, you're bringing it here.
Yes.
To your home. How about you, Murph? Going to your Oklahoma days, right? Are you a Sooner fan or what?
Oklahoma Sooners all the way. Absolutely. Right. Best college football game ever. Team.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Arguably.
Yeah. But no, it's a great place out here. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and we crossed paths here recently with you being at Toyota, and enjoyed that. And a lot of the stuff I do outside is just hang out, go fishing, hang out, enjoy the outdoors. Big outdoorsy guy. But as far as home, the question you had earlier,
right?
I just remember home being a fun place, a place where all the family got together on the holidays and spent time together. And I think those are the most cherished memories because, life is so fast-paced as we know it. But the holidays, being in the home, being together as a family, that family unity, it's just always special.
Do you guys like to cook together? Is there a special kind of food?
A lot of cooking down in the South. A lot of barbecue chicken, a lot of barbecue, ribs, brisket, everything.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Murph, how did you meet Dan?
Dan come into the dealership here recently, just I guess looking to add to the fleet of Toyotas, and, kicking around a couple of ideas on car that he'd like to get, and we just spent a little bit of time talking about it, and it was kind of funny. It was quite interesting to meet him. I know he was there to talk about a car deal, but the whole time we spent most of our time talking about us and life and communicating and the cars and what's important to him, and it was just, I think it's kind of a friendship that started off in the right direction.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, for me, when it comes to buying a car, there's a whole idea around, well, you're going to walk in there, it's going to be kind of funky. And anybody that's been to Michaels Toyota of Bellevue, it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable place where you can go kind of sort through the stuff. So let's get down to tax, because essentially it comes down to how do you guys do it? How do you sell the cars? Roman?
Sales style.
Roman, yeah. What's the whole philosophy there?
Well, there's definitely, an energy in the air. We all have it. Starts from, the sales guy that goes all the way to, the top of their organization, Eric Paulson. Everyone's super passionate about what we do. Our job is to kind of get all the information possible to the client and then have them make an informed decision, whether they make it, then and there or down the line. We spoke about it earlier about you guys have a fiduciary duty to your clients.
Yeah.
We feel the same way. So,
what is your most important, like when you think about, you're putting people in your car, right? The routine is, hey, let's go for a test drive and then let's look at the numbers, right? So how do you make the distinction between just selling somebody a car and actually building a relationship?
Well, the first thing you got to do is practice the God-given talent of 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah.
It's very, very important, like you mentioned earlier. Listen to the customer.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a car anywhere in town. It's about who you talk to in the business, how you talk to people in the business, and finding out what's most important to them.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to be using the car for? So it's not really a sales environment there. It's more of a fact-gathering mission and helping the customer along, because buying a car is a big, big thing.
Sure.
And you're going to be in it every day, especially in this traffic.
Yeah. Right.
So you want to make sure it's the right car for them, it fits their needs, and work with the client, listen to them.
Gotcha.
So when I think of car dealerships, I think high pressure, and so tell me how that relates to what you guys are doing, or what are your thoughts on that's kind of just a gut perception I have, and maybe I'm wrong, but how do you avoid that?
Well, it's very stereotypical. People always remember the bad experiences they had in the past rather than the good ones, right?
Yeah.
But at Michael's Toyota, what we practice doing is we try to practice giving you all the information you need to make a well-informed decision. We understand as employees of the store, when you come in, you're not necessarily there to buy a car today, and you got to remember that. And you just give them all the information that they need so they can make a well-informed decision. And at the end of the day, if they want to buy the car, they'll buy the car. And if not, and that's the one saving grace with that dealership and how they operate. It's not got to sell you now.
Right.
Let's give you information. You make the decision. It's about you.
Listening to Dan, it sounds like you do a lot of repeat business. Is that true of how you guys operate?
Tons of repeat business, a lot of referral business.
That says a lot right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then as I look at, okay, some people like me are Toyota people, right? It's just like, we know it's reliable, right? So let's speak to somebody that's like, no, I'm a Honda guy, I'm a Ford guy. Why should they choose a Toyota over any of the others?
Well, Toyota, it's the most reliable car. We kind of know it. It stems back to your roots. But the good thing is we're never going to tell you have to just buy a Toyota. Here at Michael's, we have over 1,000 cars. We have a huge fleet of used, off-brand cars. When you come visit our dealership, of course, we're going to show you the latest and greatest with technology, like the new RAV, the Corollas, the new Priuses, things like that. And if you're still thinking BMW, Honda, Chevy, we have them all.
Yeah. So you're telling me it's more about the process of Michael's Toyota of Bellevue than just the car.
Exactly.
100%. It's more about the customer. It's about the process, how you treat people, how you interact with people. It's not about the money. It's really not about the car at the end of the day. We're just blessed that we sell Toyotas. It's a good product.
Right.
So what's everyone talking about?
The Toyota RAV.
Okay, and why?
It's all new body design, more space, hybrid model. Toyota's really done a great job with their new cars. 2 years, 25,000 miles of free maintenance, and then Michael's adds the third year free, and stuff like that. But the RAV4 right now is just really taken off. In fact, the Toyota Camry's been the #1 seller for 16 straight years.
Wow.
Yeah, and for the first time ever, the RAV4 is actually tracking to outsell it.
Really?
It's gonna be the flagship car for Toyota now, I think.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have my opinions.
Well, let's hear it. That's what this is.
Yeah. No, I think I don't want to take anything away from it because I'm not the expert, but definitely I like kind of a bigger car. The RAV4, it's a mini Highlander. It's definitely, which makes it more economical, right? It makes it there. So, but here, I'll just point out what I think is really cool is the heads-up display. That's coming out on the new cars.
Yes, that's great.
Wow.
It's pretty, like you're driving along and there's this ghost of the speed. I think, is that the only thing that's on it, the speed or something like that?
Well, you can catch it in your peripheral vision when you're driving down the road. You don't even have to look.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's back. It's like Top Gun, you know how they're flying around and they got the little
Yeah,
heads
with
up
the
display.
jets. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
cool.
was wondering how long it would take to get that. So the RAV4 is a top seller. Camry always top seller, and then the 4Runner, right? We were talking
Yeah,
about
the
that.
4Runner. Love the 4Runner.
Did I hear about an all-wheel drive Prius?
Yeah, there's
That's
an all-wheel
right.
drive Prius. It's already on the ground now, and of
Really?
course, you know
Wow.
us anxious car dealers. The second they
Yeah.
came out with a hybrid Prius, 2 days later, we were wanting the all-wheel drive. Well, it took a few years, but we got it now,
Wow.
Yeah, which is important here in this
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, Northwest
all-wheel.
definitely.
big
Yep.
time.
So how about the warranty? You mentioned you got the maintenance, 2 years maintenance. What's the warranty typically?
Yeah, well, Toyota gives you a 3-year, 36,000-mile comprehensive warranty on the vehicle, and then along with a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. And then, of course, if it's a hybrid product, Toyota backs its hybrid batteries 8 years, 100,000-mile
Really?
warranties.
Wow.
And then Toyota's giving back to the customer because the first 2 years, 25,000 miles of the maintenance is free.
Mhm.
And then Michael's wants to put its signature touch on it, so we take care of the 3rd year for our guest, and then take care of the touch-up paint, first rock chip, first door
Yeah.
ding, whole bunch of nice stuff.
That is nice.
So when you look at caring for a car over time, perhaps there's a specific success story that you have, of a client that's come back, that's been happy. Do you have any crazy stories where people have been back like over 10, 20 years? You've been there for how long?
I came in 1998, 21 years.
So 21 years. So
Mhm.
tell me about your most loyal customer.
Most loyal customer, well, gosh, I'd have to say probably a gentleman by the name of Mr. Pickles.
Pickles.
Pickles?
Mr. Pickles.
Yeah, Mr.
You're like
Pickles.
laughing
That's what
on
I was waiting for.
He knows it. He's okay with me talking on the radio about him.
Okay, good.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. Actually met him years ago, sold him a Sequoia, him and his family, big family.
Uh-huh.
Loves Sequoias. Talked to him just the other day. And now he's back to the store buying brand new Highlanders and for the family. And everybody's getting Toyotas now. All the kids are old enough to drive. And it's a pretty neat deal to be somewhere so long and meet a family and sell their kids cars later and
Absolutely.
as they come of age. But that's a great story. And there's just really too many stories to tell you. We don't have enough airtime to do it. The repeat business there is crazy. And
Well,
I can't tell you.
and so mine comes from my grandfather, who he's a car guy. So he basically grew up in Riverside, California. He's restored and remodeled thousands of antique cars. And I moved up. My mom moved up to Portland area shortly after, before we were born. So we didn't hang around that. But every time I go down and visit my grandpa, he's always got cars. He's always working on cars. So when I said to him when I was younger, I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, what kind of car should I get?" He was like, "Get a Toyota." He bought the first year the Lexus came out. The what is the ES or something like that?
ES
So
300.
I know it's owned by Toyota. So that was for him. He's like, just don't mess around. And every time I'll call him and say, "Hey, Grandpa, I'm thinking about," he'll be like, Toyota is a good one. So it's in his blood, and I trust my grandpa. He knows cars, right?
Yeah,
So
I bet you he does.
he absolutely does.
Yeah.
He's got tons of good stories.
So I've heard that the service department is where the real money is made of the dealership. So what do you do to keep that going, to draw people in? What's special about your service department?
Oh, gosh. They just have so many different specials. They always got them online. We're always sending out mailers to our guests. But I think, it goes right back to family. Everybody can go get their oil changed anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just pull up to the giant double doors. You pull into the doors. The service greeter runs out and meets you. You already have an appointment. You walk inside, have some great cookies, coffee, hang out in the showroom floor, look at the latest models, and then they'll have their car out and ready in a jiffy. They also provide loaner cars, so you always got a car to drive. If there's going to be some significant downtime, they'll always give you a car to drive. So it's just awesome. We're always giving back to the customer in form of a discount or buy 3 tires, get 1 free, just all kinds of stuff all the time. If you're not watching your email, you might
What if you
miss
don't want
out.
the 4th tire? You just say no.
Well, you could run with a spare and do a donut thing, and that'll
that's
keep you
funny.
doing the speed limit with a heads up.
Well, one of the things I believe, and I've told service providers that I've referred out to my clients, whether it be contractors, window folks, is if somebody doesn't believe they got a good value for what they paid, then you're doing something wrong, right?
100%.
And that's kind of why I asked you guys to come here, is because I know I've worked with you before. And I have a firm belief in making recommendations to the community about the people that not only that I choose to send myself to, but more importantly, who I send to my clients. And I would highly, highly endorse Roman and Murph. If you're in the market, you want a good, great, reliable car, there's some pretty cool incentives going on in July. Anything specifically you want to mention, Roman? I think you were giving me a car for free.
Pretty much
for every.
$3.99.
It wasn't something like no.
No, I mean, the incentives are always changing. We got some 0%, we got some 0.9. So financing is a really good option right now. There's some rebates floating around. Just depends what model you're interested in. Definitely come see us. If you guys are thinking or if you have questions, give me a call. And then if I'm not there for some reason, always reach out to my boss, Jonathan Murphy. He'll take care of you as well.
Okay, how do we get a hold of you?
So you can call me at 425-588-8804.
Say that again.
425-588-8804.
Cool.
There you go.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. I appreciate you taking the time to come out here and chat with us about cars. Let's see.
After the break, we'll be talking to Aaron Wood, who's here with us, who's a big shot with us at Keller Williams. Can't wait to have a conversation. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Not sure if now is the right time to sell? Worried you missed the market? The Eastside Real Estate Team specializes in helping homeowners maximize their equity when selling. With our proven premier listing service, our clients have sold their homes for more money in less time than the competition. We know you have many choices when working with a real estate agent, but with the Eastside Real Estate Team, you get a team of highly qualified, experienced agents. From staging to deciding if your property is market ready for top dollar. If you're considering selling, call the Eastside Real Estate Team at 425-200-4093. Or check out our website at the eastsiderealestateteam.com, a subsidiary of Keller Williams Realty in Bellevue.